Imagine finding an object built by an ancient civilization, clearly designed with purpose, carefully shaped, and repeated across an entire empire. Now imagine having absolutely no idea what it was used for. Ancient people left behind cities, machines, symbols, monuments, and enormous structures. Modern technology can scan through solid stone, analyze microscopic traces, and reconstruct objects that have been broken for thousands of years. But sometimes, even after all of that, the most important question remains unanswered. Why? These are 7 ancient mysteries science still can't explain. Number 7. The Roman Dodecahedra, objects without instructions. Across the former Roman Empire, archaeologists have discovered strange hollow objects made from copper alloy. Each one has 12 pentagonal sides. Every side contains a circular opening, but the openings are different sizes. Small round knobs stick out from every corner. They look carefully engineered, but no two are exactly identical. Most have been found in the northwestern parts of the Roman Empire, including Britain, France, Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Some were discovered near military sites. Others appeared in graves, coin hoards, or ordinary settlements. The Romans wrote about almost everything. They recorded military equipment, construction techniques, religious ceremonies, household objects, and games. But no surviving Roman text clearly mentions these dodecahedra. There are no known instructions and no ancient image showing one being used. That has produced dozens of theories. They may have been measuring instruments, surveying tools, candle holders, weapons, gaming objects, astronomical devices, or gauges used to create gloves. But every explanation has a problem. The objects were not made to one standard size, which makes them unreliable as measuring tools. Many show no clear signs of heat, weakening the candle holder theory. And if they were common tools, it is strange that nobody ever described them. Some archaeologists believe they may have held religious or symbolic importance. That could explain why their meaning was never written down for ordinary readers. But for now, we have the objects without the knowledge that gave them purpose. Number 6. The Nazca Lines, drawings made for the sky. In the desert of southern Peru, thousands of lines stretch across the landscape. Some form simple paths and enormous geometric shapes. Others create images of animals, plants, and human-like figures. There is a monkey with a curled tail, a spider, a hummingbird, and shapes hundreds of meters long. The lines were created by removing dark stones from the desert surface and exposing the lighter ground underneath. The dry climate and limited wind allowed many of them to survive for around 2,000 years. The mystery is not how they were made. With ropes, wooden stakes, and careful planning, ancient builders could create enormous straight lines and recognizable figures without flying above them. The real mystery is why they made so many. Some lines point toward water sources. Others may have been connected to rituals, fertility, or the worship of mountains. Certain shapes may relate to astronomy, while long straight paths could have been used for ceremonial walking. But no single explanation fits the entire landscape. The Nazca Lines were also created across many generations. Their purpose may have changed over time, meaning the search for one answer could be the wrong approach. They were clearly important enough for people to reshape hundreds of square kilometers of desert, but the stories, ceremonies, and beliefs connected to them disappeared, leaving only drawings too large to fully understand from the ground. Number 5. Göbekli Tepe, the monument before civilization. In southeastern Turkey, archaeologists uncovered enormous stone pillars buried inside an artificial hill. Some of the pillars are more than 5 meters tall. Many are carved with snakes, foxes, birds, boars, and other wild animals. The oldest structures date to around 9600 BCE. That makes them more than 11,000 years old. They were built during a period when people in the region still lived mainly as hunter-gatherers, before pottery became common, and before fully developed farming societies appeared. For years, history seemed to follow a simple order. Humans developed agriculture. Agriculture created permanent settlements. Settlements produced organized societies. And organized societies finally built monuments. Göbekli Tepe made that sequence far less certain. Its builders somehow gathered large groups of people, organized skilled workers, cut massive blocks of limestone, moved them, decorated them, and raise them into monumental enclosures. But archaeologists still debate exactly what happened there. The structures were probably used for gatherings and rituals, possibly connected to the dead. However, evidence of domestic buildings suggests the site was not simply an isolated temple visited only for ceremonies. The pillars may represent humans, supernatural beings, ancestors, or something else entirely. Older enclosures were also filled in, while new structures were built above them. Whether this was part of a ritual, reconstruction, or ordinary changes at the settlement is still unclear. Göbekli Tepe shows that people were capable of monumental cooperation far earlier than once believed. What we still do not know is what powerful idea brought them together. Number 4. The Antikythera Mechanism, the technology that vanished. In 1901, divers exploring an ancient shipwreck near the Greek island of Antikythera recovered a badly corroded lump of bronze. Inside it were gears. The object had been built more than 2,000 years ago, around the 2nd century BCE. Today, it is known as the Antikythera Mechanism. Modern X-rays revealed an incredibly complex machine containing precisely arranged bronze gear wheels. Turning a handle allowed the device to model astronomical cycles. It could display calendars, follow the sun and moon, show the phase of the moon, and predict eclipses. Evidence from its surviving inscriptions suggests it also displayed the movements of the 5 planets known to the ancient Greeks. It was essentially a mechanical model of the cosmos. Researchers understand many of its functions, but only around 1/3 of the original machine survives. Important sections are missing, especially from the front. Scientists have built working reconstructions, but some of the gearing must be inferred from fragments and inscriptions. We still cannot say with certainty exactly how every part was arranged. We also do not know who built it, where its workshop was located, who used it, or how many similar machines once existed. That creates an even larger mystery. Nothing else from the ancient world survives with the same mechanical complexity. Comparable geared astronomical machines do not clearly appear again for many centuries. The Antikythera Mechanism proves the knowledge existed. History simply does not tell us where most of that knowledge went. Before we reach number 3, subscribe if you enjoy entertaining explanations about ancient mysteries and unbelievable history. It helps these badly drawn archaeologists continue searching for answers they probably won't find. Number 3. The Indus Script, a civilization that cannot speak. Around 4,000 years ago, the Indus civilization built enormous cities across parts of modern Pakistan and India. Cities such as Harappa and Mohenjo-daro contained carefully planned streets, standardized bricks, wells, drainage systems, workshops, and large trade networks. The civilization also left behind thousands of short inscriptions. The symbols appear on seals, tablets, pottery, tools, and other objects. Some look like animals, plants, people, or geometric shapes, but nobody can read them. The average inscription contains only around 5 symbols. Longer examples are extremely rare. That gives researchers very little material to study. Egyptian hieroglyphs were deciphered with help from the Rosetta Stone, which repeated a message in multiple writing systems. Nothing like that has been found for the Indus script. We also do not know which language the symbols represent. In fact, researchers still debate whether the system recorded complete spoken language or worked more like a collection of names, titles, religious symbols, or administrative signs. Computer analysis has found patterns in the order of the symbols, suggesting the inscriptions followed rules rather than being random decoration. But patterns alone cannot reveal pronunciation or meaning. Dozens of supposed decipherments have been announced, yet none has gained broad acceptance. Somewhere inside those tiny inscriptions could be the names of rulers, gods, cities, professions, or traded goods. Until a longer text or bilingual inscription is discovered, one of the world's earliest urban civilizations remains almost completely silent. Number 2. The Sea Peoples, an enemy without a country. Around 1200 BCE, the Eastern Mediterranean entered a period of destruction. Powerful kingdoms collapsed, cities burned, trade networks broke apart. The Hittite Empire disappeared, Mycenaean palaces were destroyed, and entire regions experienced political and economic chaos. Egyptian records describe battles against groups now called the Sea Peoples. Temple walls show warriors arriving with ships, weapons, families, and distinctive clothing. Egyptian inscriptions name several different groups, but they do not clearly explain where all of them came from. The term Sea Peoples was created by modern scholars. These people may never have considered themselves one united force. Some could have come from the Aegean, Anatolia, Cyprus, the central Mediterranean, or communities already living near the places they attacked. They may have been invaders, pirates, mercenaries, migrants, refugees, or a mixture of all five. For a long time, they were blamed for destroying the Bronze Age world. But the evidence points towards something more complicated. The region was already under pressure from drought, food shortages, internal rebellion, warfare, political instability, and the collapse of international trade. The Sea Peoples may not have created the crisis. They may have been people moving through a world that was already falling apart. Some groups attacked cities, others settled and became part of new societies. Certain groups may have later been connected to the Philistines, but many identities remain uncertain. We know the names that Egyptian scribes gave them. We know that they appeared during one of history's greatest collapses. What we do not know is whether they were the cause of that collapse, one result of it, or both. Number 1. The hidden void inside the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid of Giza was built for Pharaoh Khufu around 4,500 years ago. Its interior contains known passages and chambers, including the Grand Gallery and the King's Chamber. But in 2017, scientists discovered that the pyramid still contained a massive hidden space. They found it using particles called muons. Muons are produced when cosmic rays strike Earth's atmosphere. They constantly pass through buildings, mountains, and even human bodies. Stone blocks many muons, while empty spaces allow more of them to pass through. Researchers placed detectors inside and outside the pyramid. When unusually high numbers of muons arrived from one direction, it revealed an area where solid stone should have been. 3 different detection systems confirmed the result. Above the Grand Gallery was a previously unknown space, at least 30 meters long. It became known as the Big Void. The strange part is that nobody knows what it is. It could be a hidden chamber, a construction passage, a structural space designed to reduce weight, or something completely different. Scientists cannot simply cut through the pyramid to investigate it. The structure is one of the most important monuments on Earth, so any exploration must avoid damaging it. In 2023, researchers confirmed a separate corridor near the pyramid's northern face. That smaller corridor was examined with a tiny camera, proving that the scanning technology could accurately detect spaces hidden inside the stone. But the Big Void remains unreachable. We do not know its exact design. We do not know whether it connects to another passage. We do not know whether it contains anything. Modern particle physics has allowed us to see through millions of stone blocks, and somehow, one of the most studied structures in human history still contains a space no living person has entered. These mysteries do not prove that ancient people had supernatural powers, help from aliens, or impossible technology. They reveal something more interesting. Evidence can survive while meaning disappears. A bronze object can remain after its purpose is forgotten. A symbol can survive after its language dies. A monument can stand for thousands of years after the beliefs that created it are gone. Science can examine the materials, calculate the dates, scan through the walls, and reconstruct what remains. But science cannot recover information that history completely erased. Not yet, at least. A new excavation, a longer inscription, or one hidden chamber could change everything. Which ancient mystery do you want solved the most? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe for more entertaining explanations, strange history, and unbelievable true stories. Because sometimes the most mysterious part of the ancient world is not what people built. It is what they forgot to tell us.